Hi guys, Commerce with Pack here today to teach you Cambridge O Level 7707, Paper 2, October, November 2021. On my previous videos, I have taught you question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3 completely. In this video, I'm going to talk about the question number 4, and I'm going to explain you the complete thing. Before we move on to the content, I want to remind you Commerce with Mac is a YouTube channel which educate students in Cambridge Accounting, Economics, Business Studies, Edexcel Accounting, Economics and Business Studies areas. And also I also upload a lot of videos related to career guidance programs. If you feel these videos are helpful for you, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's move on to the content now from this point. So moving to this content in question number 4, we can see here, this is a suspense account. We have done so many past papers on the previous videos. I have taught you a lot of suspense account. All those videos are under this description, and also how to do a suspense account, understanding a general journal and a suspense account is also under the description of this video. So we need to read the question properly and understand when we have a suspense account question, is it actually affecting the trial balance or not? If the error is actually affecting the trial balance, it is falling under suspense account. If the error is not actually affecting the trial balance, then you can correct it through the ledger. So when you're correcting through the ledger, errors which do not affect trial balance are divided into 6 parts. So what are the 6 areas you need to know which will not affect the trial balance? Starting with the first error of omission. You have to learn these things, but I'm just reminding: commission, compensating, complete reversal. Then fifth one, we have original entry. And then the sixth one, we have, what do you say guys? Principle. So these are the 6 errors which I have taught you, and also this video's description, links description is under the description of this particular video. So watch this video when you do not understand suspense account. If you do not understand these 6 concepts, then of course understanding suspense account is going to be a bit tough for you. So knowing this concept is very important when you're doing a suspense account sum. So let's move on to the video now. Okay, Nikita is a trader. The total of her trial balance at 30th June 2021 did not agree. I'll make this a bit visible so we can read it in a smooth manner. The debits exceeded the credits by $2,600. Nikita opened up a suspense account. So there's something related to $2,600 mistake. So we need to correct it out through a suspense account. The following errors were later discovered. Insurance of 2,500 had been entered as 4,500 in the insurance account. The correct entry had been made in the cash book. Now, how do we find, is it related to suspense account or is it related to a normal ledger account transaction? If you see here, they said one particular thing, that there's a mistake under the insurance account, but the correct entry had been made in the cash book. So if one entry is correct, okay, the other entry is wrong, so only one entry is adjusted here, then the other opposite entry should be suspense account. That's how we find out a suspense account is visible in a trial balance question. Now, if you see the second part, the total of the discount received column in the cash book 500 had been debited to the discount allowed account in the general ledger. Again, this is 2 different accounts. When you find it is difficult now, a discount received, they're going and putting on a discount allowed. Then if you feel it very hard to find it out, draw up the accounts and find out, is it a suspense account or not. When I draw, I will explain you how to do this. Credit sales of 1,400 to Kajal had been correctly entered in the sales account. Here also correctly entered in sales account, but debited as 1,000 in Kajal's account. So here they're debiting in Kajal account the value. So they have forgot that 400. They have misstated the amount and deposited under the sales account. So if they have recorded it in a wrong amount, then it can't be a correction of error which will affect the trial balance. The reason here they're saying one particular entry is correct and one particular entry is wrong. Then the fourth one, a check of 700 received from Anish had been correctly entered in the cash book, okay, but credited to Aisha's account. Now here also you can see so one entry is correct, other entry is almost like telling, but here there's a name confusion, so it's not going to fall into suspense account. This is error of commission. So I'll explain you one by one. Let's start doing the sum. Before moving on to the sum, we want to know the requirements of this question. So I'll erase this off. So they have asked you to prepare journal entries to correct the errors 1 to 4. Narratives are not required. So they have not asked you to write narratives. What is narratives? Describing what type of error you have corrected is what we say narrative. So if they haven't asked, you need to write the double entry. That's it, the way you have done the sum. So error number is 1, 2, 3, 4. You can put those number, write the double entry, short and simple. So now here under Nikita account, you need to prepare a suspense account, and then finally you should complete the statement, show the effect on the profit. For the correcting errors 1 to 4, where the error does not affect profit, write no effect. Calculate the corrected profit for the year. So we need to find out the exact profit for the year, and let's start doing it now. So it's a 20 mark sum. So I'm going to start with the first one. You can see here, it's a very easy part. The students get confused so harder because they don't know actually which will affect the trial balance and which won't affect the trial balance. So I'm going to read the first one. Insurance of 2,500 had been entered as 4,500 in the insurance account. The correct entry had been made in cash book. So they have recorded in cash book. I'm not going to take cash book. I'm going to draw up an insurance account. So I'm going to taking, yeah, I'll be taking an Excel sheet to do this. Here I have recorded an insurance account. And I'll open up a suspense account in a very bigger, a big one. So it will be very visible for all when I'm doing the sum. We'll put suspense account here. So we don't want to do again and again. I'm drafting this for your answers. Actually, this suspense account which I'm speaking, the suspense account which I'm speaking is related to the B answer which they have asked. So we'll remove it. When you're doing sums, be patient. You will not get answers very fast. Be patient when you're doing a sum. So now the amount what you have made mistake is the amount you should record here. The actual amount should be 2,500, but they have recorded 4,500. So this is a wrong balance. How do we correct it? On the opposite side, I will write 2,000 and I'll write here suspense. The reason, actually I want to bring the balance to 2,500. So if I want to bring the balance to 2,500, what I need to do actually, I need to write it on the opposite side to reduce 2,000 and to bring a final value of 4,000, 2,500. If you see here, when I take the tally account here, I will get a value of both sides. I'll write 4,500, and then the carry down is going to be 2,500. This is how I know I have adjusted the sum correctly. But then this 2,000 is on the credit side of the insurance account. So on the suspense account, it will come on the debit side, saying insurance. So right here 2,000 insurance. Now the double entry for the first one, error 1, under the journal entries, we can write it down later. First we'll correct one by one errors. So error 1. So let's move on to the error 2, guys. It's not that hard. We can easily understand this type of questions. If you all have any doubts in this question, please comment under comment section. So the total of the discount received column in the cash book 500 had been debited to the discount allowed account in the general ledger. So discount received has been recorded under discount allowed is the problem. So I'm going to open up two accounts. One is a discount received account. Other one is a discount allowed account. So here I will put so I'm going to write here discount allowed, and then I'm going to write here discount received. So they have actually allocated discount received amount to the discount allowed account as 500. That is the wrong transaction which they have done. Now we need to write the right transaction. But you also know that discount received also comes on the credit side. So if I put discount allowed on the credit side, I should write the other balance under the suspense account. So 500 I'll write here, and I'll write here suspense. The reason I need to tally it off, because if I'm going to remove this discount allowed account value on the credit side, I can't go and put the amount under the discount received column, because discount received is an income account. Income account always should start under the credit side. So this 500 I will transfer a discount allowed to suspense account. Don't write disc allowed in exams. I'm making it shorter for you to understand it in an easier manner. So I'll write here 500, and then here I'll write a discount received. I'll record the correct 500 and write here suspense. So here also I'll write discount received. This tallying thing and drawing up accounts is not a mandatory thing. So normally whenever I have a question, a problem to solve, like before I teach, you can see here, I used to draft the, I can put all the things what I feel important. You can see in my writing book. So I used to draw it up before we do the sum. Then only it's very easy for me to understand when writing an answer. So always, like, you can have a rough work in exams. You don't want to do the entire thing. You just can rough it in a paper, and you don't want to show this much of workings also. Just fill the answers. The answers will flow only if you know the format of doing this. Now I have taken two accounts under one error, which is error 2, discount allowed and discount received. But why I took both under suspense account debit side? I can't tally the discount allowed saying suspense on the credit side and record it on the discount received debit side. Because I can't record discount received on the debit side, again I'm putting to make it tally discount received column, I'm crediting suspense saying 500 and then bringing this balance to here. So this is how I adjusted the question number 2. Then we are moving on to the question number 3 here. Credit sales of 1400 to Kajal had been correctly entered in sales account but debited as 1000 in Kajal's account. So I'm going to open up a Kajal account. Right. So this is error 2. Sum of successful of understanding. So we'll move on to error 3. So I'll open up an account, Kajal account. Actually, it should be sales and Kajal, which means it is a debtor. So Kajal is a debtor because they have made a credit sale. And Kajal has paid, but they are recorded as 1000 in their account. So is it on the debit side or credit side? Credit sales of 1400 to Kajal have been correctly entered in sales account, but debited as 1000 in Kajal's account. So they are debited the amount as 1000 in Kajal account. So we need to make it 1400. So I'll record here 400 on the debit side saying suspense. Now my question for you all, can we do this? Saying debit side 400. Think guys. So actually this 400 is a credit sale. So we have correctly taken, they have not made a payment. So I will write suspense here to make you understand that this amount should be 1400. So 1000 is already there on the debit side. They're saying that. So we need to make it 400 to make it 1400. So I'll record this 1400, and actually the 400 was the shortage. So then I will write under suspense account credit side this 400 as here saying Kajal. So let's move on to the fourth adjustment of the sum. We have the fourth adjustment, error 4, saying a check of 700 received to Anisha had been correctly entered in the cash book. So cash book is correct, but credited to Aisha's account. So this is error of commission because it's a name change. Other than that, the entire thing is exactly correct. So with that ideology, I'm going to open up two accounts. One is the Anisha's account, other one is Aisha's account. So I'll open up two accounts here. Error 4. Anisha account. Then we should open up another account. What is the account's name? Aisha's account. Okay, now we can see here on the question they are saying a check of 700 received from Anisha had been correctly entered in the cash book but credited to Aisha's account. So they have taken it on the credit side of Aisha's account, 700. So I should remove this 700. How do I remove it? I will write it on the opposite side saying 700 Anisha, and then on the Anisha side I will write 700 saying Aisha. So this is the double entry. The corrected entries I'm going to make it green color. So this is not actually entry which is related to suspense account, because you have the credit and the debit transactions properly in this account. So you need to understand that when you are having some sort of name problem, then it should be a trial balance commission. Omissions means you are completely forgetting. Complete reversal you are putting on the opposite side. Compensating, you are setting off the accounts. Then original entry you are putting a low value than expected or maybe a high value, and then the principal, maybe your class of account might be different. So let's move on to the point of discussion. We have found out the double entries. You can see the corrected entries. I'm just putting green. Write down the double entries one by one, so it will make our time a lot saved from this point. Yeah. So now error 1 to error 4 we are going to write it down one by one under the journal entry which they have given. So we are going to move on to the part of the question. They have asked, prepare journal entries to correct error 1 to error 4. Someone write the error number 1. What is the double entry? Okay, so on the details column, you guys know that I went through the first error. Insurance account was credit, you can see here, and then suspense account was debit. So how do I record it? Easy. So I'll record here as, you all know that this is error 1. So insurance account debit. Okay, what's the amount it got debit? 2000. What account is credit? Sorry, insurance account is credit. Right here, suspense account is debit. So right here, 2000 on the debit side. Then what account is credit? Insurance account is credit. So I'll write here on the credit side 2000. That easy for you to understand this type of accounts. Then we move on to the second part of the error. What do we have on second part? We have discount allowed account credit, discount received account credit, suspense account debit. So you can take it in total 1000, or you can either take it as 500 and show suspense account 1000. So I'll better show suspense 1000 and 500 on the second part. Here I will write the error 2. Then here we can write suspense 1000 at a stretch, suspense account debit 1000. Then we have discount received account, or we can start with discount allowed account credit 500. Then discount received account credit 500. That easy, guys, when you all are recording this type of transactions. So now once you have just recorded this transaction, you get 2 marks for each of your transaction, I guess so. And they would have given you 8 marks for this complete sum, if I'm not mistaken. They have given 10 marks. Maybe because of the 3 entries you are making, you are getting 3 marks, and 2 entries you are making, you are getting 2 marks. So that's a good mark scoring. It's a very easy area, you can score easily. So then we move on to the next part. Kajal is the error 3. So Kajal account got debit, suspense account got credit. That's the third transaction. So you are going to write on this the error 3 as Kajal account debit 400 and suspense account credit 400. So this is how you should write narration. Always keep some space when you're writing the credit entry near the debit entry. So this is the third one. Then we are moving on to the fourth adjustment as per the sum. What do we have? We have Anisha's account. Aisha's account is credit. Aisha's account getting debit. So it's easy for us to write it down. So error number 4. Anisha account debit. Then what account credit? Aisha account credit. So I'll write here 700 in both the sides, 700 on debit and 700 on credit. Easy as that, guys. So if you can understand how to write a narrative, you will never go wrong. So on my previous videos, I would have explained how to write a narrative on my class, on my video, which I have shared you already. So let's move on to the next part, suspense account now. So I hope you guys understood this. With that intention, I'm moving on to the next part. So we have already created the suspense account. There was a difference of 2,600. I just want to check, is that getting tallied, because they said that the total of her trial balance at 30 June 2021 did not agree. The debit exceeded the credit by 2,600. So we should now, if the debit is 2,600, we should see is the credit is also giving me 2,600 to see my suspense account is correct or not. So if I get a 2,600 balance, then of course I am getting a correct way of amount what the examiner has already said. This is how they have got the suspense account 2,600. This is where we can cross check the amount is correct or not. So here I'll write 3,000 on the debit side, the same value on the credit side, 3,000, because I took this total, I brought this down here to the both columns. Now the gap between 400 and 3,000 is 2,600. That is the carried down. So actually debit side exceeded than the credit side by 2,600. You can see this, the difference. So we have done the suspense account. We got almost similarly, I think 16 marks for this. Yes, 15 marks for this. And then they have one more thing to do. Complete the statements to show the effect on the profit for the year of correcting errors 1 to 4. Where the error does not affect profit, write no effect. Calculate the corrected profit for the year. Statement of corrected profit for the year ended 30th June 2021. So you know the error 1. Let me read you the error 1. You just need to know, is it increase in profit or decrease in profit? So in error 1, we understood that there was an insurance mistake where they have charged more because they charged 4,500 instead of 2,500. So let me explain you the scenario. For it should be 2,500, but they recorded as 4,500 in accounts. So actually here the insurance has been overcharged. Because of that, the profit would have gone down. But now we are correcting it, which means that 2,000 we are removing it off. Because we are removing 2,000, our profit, because my expense is going down, my profit will increase by 2,000. This is the adjustment value which I did it under suspense account. I'm talking about this type of adjustment which we already carried out here. So this 2,000, if I take into suspense account, actually I'm removing from the insurance account. My expense is decreasing. Because my expense is decreasing, what is happening to my profit? My profit for the year is increasing. Then you see the second transaction. Second error 2 says that you remember that discount received amount has been taken as discount allowed. So when I remove discount allowed account, I'm removing 500 off from expenses, and also I'm getting 500 income. So 500 plus 500, I'm getting a value of 1,000 profit, which will save my business. The reason 500 is discount allowed. So I have taken it as discount allowed. If I taken it as discount allowed, it is my expenses. It would have reduced my profit. So now I'm remove the discount allowed. If I remove the discount allowed, what would happen? My profit would increase by 500. But not only that, discount received will also increase my amount of income. So both together will increase my profit by 1,000. So I'll write here, error 1 has an increase of amount 2,000. Error 2, we have increase of amount 1,000. Now what is related to error 3? The error 3 spoke about how much the transaction. I can show here how it works on the error 3. Let me explain you. Credit sales of 1,400 to Kajal had been correctly entered in the sales account, but debited as 1,000 in Kajal's account. Now, if they have said something related to sales account, if they recorded it in a wrong manner in sales account, then it will be related to profit and loss statement, because we have sales minus cost of sales, then the other income, then the expenses. That is the format of a profit and loss account. But here they are not speaking about the sales account. Here they are only speaking about the debtors account, which is Kajal. So debtors account going mistake or maybe recording it wrong won't affect the profit and loss statement. So this third part will become no effect under the profit and loss statement. So here I'll write under error 3, no effect. Then under error 4, we can also see what has happened to error 4. You can see that it is not affecting the trial balance already. You all know that. In error 4, you can see a check of $700 received from Anish has been correctly entered in the cash book but credited to Asha's account. As it is already error of commission, it is not having any relationship between the transactions change, and it's also might be related to a supplier or might be related to a debtor. They haven't said, but they're saying a check 700 received from Anish. So most probably it will become a debtor because debtors will pay us. If we pay, it will become a supplier. So they have correctly recorded this transaction. Then it won't affect, again, because it's a data, it won't affect the profit and loss statement. So finally, the fourth error is also going to have no effect. So now we will write here the value of amount. What's the value we are getting? We will write a total value of 3000 because 2000 plus 1000 is 3000. So I'll bring a value. There's nothing to do in decrease in profits. I'll put a dash here. Then we have here, I'll record 3000. So when we take 28,000 and add 3,000, we will get a value of 31,000. Actually, this is the corrected profit for the year. So I hope you understood this entire video. Please do not forget to subscribe my channel to watch more and more contents. See you guys on another video.